Yo, guys, welcome back to Undefeated Locals. It's your boys, Marvin and Edgar, back at it again with our draft tier list. A bunch of other content creators have shown you the Yu Yu Hakusho tier list, the tier list for the metagame. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to show you sealed formats, namely draft, as that is now what we're going to be playing competitively, right?
Yeah, so much more than before, everyone's going to have to learn how to draft and be able to participate in this kind of format because ignoring it doesn't work anymore.
No, it sure does not. So we're here to show you the best of the best characters that can just absolutely rock your regionals. So let's get into it. Who do we got first?
First up, we have Bui, the Masked Warrior. Um, we kind of went over this in our kit reviews.
Yeah.
Um, he's not great. Like he has some functionality, but if you're trying to win,
Yeah.
probably not your best bet.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. In constructed, I think this guy can be like a monster. In draft with only you Hakusho cards, I just don't see a five-hander that has to draw two attacks being what you want to pick.
Yeah. He's probably gonna land in the he's gonna land in the have fun.
Yeah.
Um he's still functional.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's a five-hander that gives damage like anything like this is going to be okay, right? You're not going to immediately just die to things. You're going to give your next one stats. So, like, if he's truly what you feel is the best option, if you somehow pulls a lot of his damage reduction,
Hmm.
you're probably going to have a pretty good time and potentially like not just go 0-3 through these draft rounds, but definitely not like what you're going to be picking first.
Yeah. Next up we have the Drunken Master. Um this guy he's interesting, right?
Yeah,
Um
he certainly is. We have like some committal. All of his things do the commit. We're most certainly never activating his ult win con because you're just actually never gonna pull it in draft, right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it'd be wild.
Like he doesn't even belong in maybe. Like the chances of grabbing that card, you're not
Yeah.
drafted for that card. So yeah, you don't want to draft him.
Yeah. I don't think this character is doing enough. You really want, again, like the stat monkeys for the most part, right?
Yeah.
You're wanting to send big damage or like high defense, right? Either one of those, he lands in the neither
Okay.
category.
Speaking of high defense,
Yeah.
our next one is Elder Taguro, who people swear up and down has the best defense in the game.
Yeah. Apparently, this guy can never get turned, dude. It's
Um, but I just don't think that's true.
no, I completely agree. I think you're gonna build like 4 or 5 and then like wipe your board to survive.
Yeah. So you just drafting for him is a lot of hassle.
Yeah. He's not giving high stats. Like the only interesting thing he's doing for draft is like we do guaranteed like it's hard to say it's guaranteed with him because it certainly is a non-foundation card, right?
Yeah.
So like you're either discarding an attack or like you're drafting actions and assets, which feels really bad. So it's not even like you're picking up a free attack; you're just trading for a better one. And in sealed, that's just not where you want to
Yeah,
be.
you're running a lot of commons,
Yeah,
uncommons, just the things that
you're
do.
drafting for
Yeah,
things that are doing damage.
Genkai.
Yeah. Another one that is like super hard to draft for, right? Like
Yeah,
her damage pump is bad block mods. Where yeah, sure, her kit has it, but like that super limits you on what you're even capable of drafting, which
exactly.
is the opposite of where you want to be. You really want your draft to be open ended a little bit more than what she has to offer. Your attack stealing damage, that's probably going to be easier in a draft setting than it is even in constructed, but you're just going to be shipping them probably for nearly base stats.
Yeah. Next up, we got Hiei.
Yeah. He is like really solid, right? We're
Yeah.
talking stat monkeys. This guy gives huge speed increases. And yeah, I think he's just like a super solid pick. He's like probably in the middle of these two tiers, like Edgar was
Yeah.
just trying to decide. Like he's probably somewhere in the middle of like just draft this guy and like the next tier
Yeah.
down.
Since we get to pick late, if you do draft a lot of things that that push his particular mechanic
Yeah,
further,
yeah, absolutely. A lot of the
it's real easy to go with him.
pay the cost type of cards are going to
Hmm.
be super super solid. If you get his cards that wear the damage where he has the speed, you're going to be off to the races for sure.
Yeah, this one's easy.
Yeah, yeah. Jin is both good in draft and constructed and sealed. He's going to be good anywhere.
Yeah.
You're again giving speed and also nagging it very very easily, right? You're
Mhm.
just going to draft high damage moves in this format, and you're going to be super solid going forward.
Yeah. Karasu. So Karasu is one of the ones who's very interesting, especially in draft, right? Where people just want to build zero diffs.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Yeah, and like you're building a lot of things that you don't care about either, right?
hmm so he's not.
Not bad.
I wouldn't call him bad. He's a maybe, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you definitely want some of his kit because since he is keeping your foundation base down, you're going to need to be able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, but his damage output in this format is gonna be like probably pretty solid if we can find the moves. Again, you're just looking for stats and like a pretty solid defensive game plan.
Yeah. Karama. Karama's another easy one, but where does he go?
Yeah, yeah. Kurama is like probably maybe as well, just because
Yeah.
of like how much you want his kit, right?
Yeah, you need
If
his
we
kit
were
and you need
the
at least one or
character
two of his
cards,
character
yep,
cards.
yeah.
But
If
if
we
you
like,
get those,
yeah, if you draft them and then like I'm not sure how the rules work in there. Like, do we always get a freebie?
I
That's
feel like we
a really
always get a
good
freebie.
question.
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a really good question to ask UBS games about Kurama. If you always get a freebie, then like Kurama's probably pretty easy, like a lot easier to
yeah,
draft for. If you don't, then maybe a little bit more difficult. So we'll slot him in maybe for now.
yep,
But again, very, very good defensive plan, and his offensive plan is to shove things into your card pool. In draft, I don't know how you would ever deal with
yeah,
anything like
yeah.
that.
Next up, people have been this guy's been catching a lot of flack.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I think he's probably just like if you draft some of his kit, right, some of the armors, he does fine in draft. Definitely not an instant pick, but like if you're going to have if you're going into this event wanting to have some fun, I think he's probably actually a fairly decent draft.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with like commons and uncommons. And his ability is like honestly kind of insane because you in the rules we can have 9 copies of the same
Yep.
card, right? So his ability can still be like pretty easy to proc, if you get the right stuff. So yeah, I'm down for this. I'm down for this choice.
Yeah. Kuwabara. Kuwabara was used to be the boogeyman.
Yeah, he is certainly not that
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah, even putting him in maybe feels kind of bad because, like, you have to. This guy has to have everything, right? You have to
Yes.
have the whole shebang. You have to have so many cards that do the share the symbol thing with him.
Yeah, he's very hard to draft for. Like if you pull a ton of his cards, you might
Yeah,
be
if you
able
pull
to,
the
but
absolute nuts, yeah, it might get
that's
you
just
there.
not how draft usually works.
Nope.
So, Rinku, kind of the same, right? Because in order to draft for him, you need multiple copies of Walk the Dog.
Yes, yeah, yeah, you sure do. I don't know where this guy goes in even in constructed, and then in draft, I think it's just worse. I think this guy's just going to absolutely explode to these other 6 characters that we have up here.
Yeah, very much so. Shishi Wakamaru.
Yeah, Shishi is like kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, like he's being able to play one for free could
Yeah,
very well be a good mechanic. I don't think he's good enough to just
be
insta
up
pick.
there, no, for sure.
Um,
But yeah, he's probably like somewhere between like maybe and like the
the fun,
yeah,
yeah,
the
like if
fun like
you don't
the
need his kit,
A B
so
tiers.
yeah, he's probably at the end of just have fun as
Yeah,
far as
for
strength
sure.
goes,
Yep,
right?
yeah, you like if especially if we get like a lot of things where we can use our free momentum for the turn,
Yeah.
that's gonna feel like really solid. So yeah, yeah, I'm down for this.
Next up, we got Suzuki the Clown, the beautiful. Um,
This guy I think
so
drawing cards in draft is probably about as bad as it is in constructed, right?
yeah, like yeah, I don't think he does enough.
Yeah, yeah, he's just not gonna do anything, right? You're gonna draw 12 cards and then like lose the game.
Yeah.
Just like in constructed, yeah, he's just like a looter, which is like a really weird ability to have here.
Yeah, that you might be able to figure it out in constructed, but draft don't try it.
Yeah, yeah.
Next up, we got Toya, who I'm actually thinking is fairly decent as a pick. Probably not. Probably on. It's probably worse than Shishi.
Yeah, fair.
Um,
Bottom of like the.
but like if it's worse than Shishi,
Then is it down here? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you're banking on your rival like committing out to like really do anything,
yeah,
and like again, you're a 20 health character that can just get like exploded for free.
yeah,
I don't think like you have to be like really good seven hand size. I feel to like really be like walking in this format.
yeah. Again, one
Because
that's
of this guy.
easy.
Yeah, yeah, because of this guy. This guy is the one that's going to explode seven handers.
He ends up either here or
I
here.
think it's probably at the front.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure damage is just gonna beat speed in this in limited, right?
yeah, yeah,
Damage, ignore progressive, also build more. Like God, there's so much ramp. This is probably like one of the first true ramp decks we've seen in the new UniVersus card game.
yeah.
Guy's crazy, crazy in constructed, crazy in draft.
Next up, we've got the new Yusuke, who again, people are swearing up and down is going to be the king of the format, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I this guy.
he's one of the ones though that if we get into the things later,
Yeah, for sure.
if
If
you
you pull some nuts, you're gonna have a really really good time with this. If I pull one of the if I pull the last character card that we're gonna show you, I'm also running Yusuke. So
um Botan even in her heyday was
nothing.
here.
Yeah, yep, 100%.
Uh
This character does actually nothing, especially since all of her cards are the retro ones, right?
yeah,
So they're one slot in a pack that is a pack of 40, like
yeah.
one out of 40, you
Like I
know?
could see her doing some constructed,
Yeah, yep,
just not
just
here.
not in draft. Nope.
If you next up, if you get super lucky,
Yeah, dude, Bianca's gonna be sick in this format, right? Like
yeah,
he's just a chunky guy. 38 life, give X damage. Like any amount of 3 diffs just get jammed into your deck
yeah.
and you're off to the races. Like nothing's killing this guy on turn 2. Yeah, yeah, get lucky and just run Biako.
Same thing goes with the other retro reprint character that we have here,
Yeah,
original
100%.
Yusuke.
Yeah, yeah, you get lucky, you find new Yusuke's kit, and again, kind of off to the races, right?
Yeah.
We're doing pretty solid.
And here's the last one.
Yeah, yeah, this should probably have a tier list of its own. If your god's a favorite idiot and you pull Spirit Shotgun, UVS Games tells us this is runnable in our deck. So pull Spirit Shotgun, suddenly this guy just like shoots up to S tier because he can form and pick up Spirit Shotgun infinitely. Both of these guys just wee right on up there.
Yeah.
If you pull this guy, you can run any of these two, and you're going to be super fine, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we've had a lot. I've run Spirit Shotgun. One of our retro events recently, I ran Overhaul Finds a Shotgun.
Yeah.
And it was an incredible deck. Uh, Plenty of answers in a constructed format.
Yeah, yeah. Not so many in a draft.
Yeah.
And this is one per box, right? Like I was sitting back here thinking one day when we were discussing this ruling, like I guess it's not that crazy, you know. It would be crazy to find it. No, it wouldn't. Literally every pot is going to get one of these 5 cards,
Yeah.
guaranteed, according to UVS Games. Every one will have one of these 5. And if you pull this or something like True Identity, if you have a easy way to like find both of those cards, like it's going to be a massacre.
Yeah. And that pretty much wraps it up. You'll notice like we have zero faith in a lot of these characters, but that is again in a draft format where you're trying to you're picking cards, you're trying to build a deck out of open packs.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely. So a lot of the and a lot of these like from maybe an up or like viable, right? That's
yeah,
the cool thing about this tier list is 9 of these characters I feel are incredibly possible to like not only have fun but like win your rounds with.
yeah,
Um Three of them are just like a cut above the rest, right? Younger Toguro is just unstoppable. This guy has so many good symbols as well for this set.
Yeah.
He has the best symbols inside of Yu Yu Hakusho, which is just great. Like it's very thematic. But yeah, so if you want to win your events, just draft Younger Toguro. If you want to have fun, draft the rest of these guys. I'm honestly, with the new ruling update, though, I'm actually getting closer to even being excited for a draft
Yeah.
event, right? Now that you get to choose your character, remember that, guys. You get to draft your symbol. You get to like really decide what you're doing well before the rounds start, really formulate a game plan, and then choose your character. It's going to make testing draft a lot easier. Just get four homies together at your local game store, buy a box of Yu Yu Hakusho, get some sick pulls, and also some education on this format. If you guys have any questions, we've been playing this format since we've been playing the game. This is
Yeah.
how our locals have always done their pre-release events. We've always drafted. Draft is one hell of a fun time. Feel free to ask us down below in the comments or join our Discord and ask us. Their whole community of gamers waiting to test this new draft competitive event here. Any final thoughts?
No, it's just join up.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
this format is very difficult, especially for newer players.
Yeah, for sure. Like it
Um,
is so hard like finding like the shiny card and like wanting to choose that like locally. There's
yeah,
going to be like none of that in competitive unless it's what you're looking for, right?
yeah,
I'm drafting commons and uncommons. I'm trying to like trash my opponent. I'm not trying to collect the foil cards unless it's exactly what my character is looking for.
exactly. So that's the best way to get experience is to just be immersed in it.
Yep, absolutely. There's a community member. I'll get the information for you guys. We'll have it in our Discord. Somebody's working on a draft tabletop simulator thing going on, a mod for that, so you can even test draft for free. We're gonna be tested. We're gonna make people buy packs, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, guys, catch us next time for our next Yu Yu Hakusho video. Peace.
Peace.